This is the North Saskatchewan River passing its way through downtown Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Probably one of the only cities in North America that has free downtown parking, so at least across the river, which was a nice surprise. Saskatoon is called the City of Bridges for an obvious reason. There's about 7 or 8 bridges that cross the North Saskatchewan here. This is the largest city in the province with 250,000 people. Gonna get the drone in the air for some shots of the city. Hopefully that'll work out. Back in the car, unfortunately, I got a police officer that stopped me. Evidently, Saskatoon has passed a bylaw where you're not allowed to fly a drone anywhere in the city. So very drone unfriendly here. That's even a slight hover up in the air, not even necessarily moving the drone anywhere but vertically up. So pretty surprising, but he did give me a stern warning to put the drone away. So that's that. No aerial photos of Saskatoon, unfortunately. I'm in the heart of downtown Saskatoon, Saskatchewan now, and checking out the Bessborough Hotel, which is one of Canada's most historic hotels, built in the typical chalet style to commemorate the Canadian Pacific Railway back in its original days. Quite a beautiful historic building. It's definitely early 1900s from my estimate. Really cool. Most of Canada's major cities have these historic hotels in the heart of the city, especially if they're railroad cities like this one. So pretty much all across Canada, you got the Banff Springs Hotel, the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City, the Hotel Fort Garry in Winnipeg. There's plenty. There's a lot of these around the country. These twin towers have long been the tallest buildings in Saskatoon. That's about to change, however. They have a few new high-rises being constructed at the other end of downtown, the more western end of downtown, but for the longest time, these were the tallest buildings in Saskatoon, so that's about to change. Walking back towards the waterfront now. I'm gonna make a loop around by the hotel and then back to the car. This is the memorial to the Vimy Ridge Battle of 1917, the first battle where Canadian forces fought in a unified front against the Germans. Really gorgeous day here in Saskatoon. I'm going to wrap it up there and head out of the city. It was nice to get a little sense of the city while I am in town here. I do have a 6-hour drive ahead of me though, and it's pushing 2 p.m, so I better get on the road. I would have loved to get some aerial footage, but bylaws are bylaws. Government overreach at its finest. However, beautiful building, beautiful afternoon, and a really lovely waterfront city here in Canada.
After 2 weeks of exploring the Canadian prairie provinces, my road trip was now coming to an end. From Saskatoon, I would travel 6 hours west to my home in Calgary, across the empty expanses of western Saskatchewan and eastern Alberta.
We're slowly gaining elevation as we're getting closer to the Rocky Mountains, which are just about 4 or 5 hours ahead of me. Just crossed into Alberta, very isolated in this part of Alberta. It is one of the emptiest corners of Alberta for sure.